Hey, great Friday morning. I forgot about the other one. It was kind of tricky because I usually have everything set up, but because my dentist sends me a WhatsApp message like 45 seconds before we start, which I had to answer. And, it gets to the point where you don't answer, and then it's like, is something wrong? And it's really frustrating when they, when people send you a message and then they send you a little question mark like, why haven't you responded? And I'm going like, breathe, bro. Give me a chance. But there is nothing more annoying on WhatsApp and on text messages than when individuals, or even Messenger, when individuals go out there and send you they go out there and send you question marks. Like, why? Why are you sending me question marks? Morning, Royal. I sent you a link. I don't know if you're available or not, but I thought it'd be cute. I hadn't seen you in a while. Este, yeah, question marks. Like, cálmate. I mean, I might be doing something else. Let me take care of my something else, and then I'll respond to your text messages or messenger messages or WhatsApp messages. Katie! Good morning, Katie. But it does get irritating. So my damn you, Frankie. It really does get annoying. Como que, look, you have nothing else to do in your life but to respond to my damn messages immediately and get to it. And then they go out there and put the question mark. Como que like, ¿qué te pasa, Erasmo? And it's just irritating. So I had to respond to my dentist and say, I had to respond to my dentist and say, hola, man, buenos días. We're like, hola, que tengas un excelente viernes. And we're like, tú al igual, man. And then he sends me some type of emoji with a guy like, el milagro que te acuerdas de uno. Going to try and give him a guilt trip because he ignored me for a week. A week. Give me 5 minutes. What are you going to do in 5 minutes? Comb your hair? Pintarte las uñas? All right, guys. That is one of the reasons why and I said this before because I think a lot of times people they take there's stuff that we say where we're joking around one with the other, and then there's stuff that we're down into the nitty gritty. We're very very serious about, and I'm hoping that individuals after having seen us for a while can distinguish between both of them. When we're trying to bring up some touchy, sensitive, serious matter, and when we're just joking around. And I like to joke about my relationship with my dentist. And let me tell you, it is 100% bromance, 100% great, great friends. And that's all that it is. I still joke about it, which is okay. But I'm trying to say is that a lot of folk haven't realized and understand that I'm just not good at relationships. And the reason that I'm not good at relationships is because uh, I like my single life a little bit too much. And I like to travel by myself. I like to be by myself most of the time. We had some conferences, and that's one of the reasons why we'd been lagging in regards to coming up with the shows and having short shows this week. Had some conferences out there, and they were great. We learned a lot, and had a lot of fellowship with a lot of people that hadn't had the opportunity to mingle with. And I mentioned mingle as the very, very much on the fly side. I mentioned mingle on the fly side. And the reason I mention that is because I can only do like 10, 15, 20 minutes with people. And then I'm done. Done. Good morning, Bachelor Life. I like my solitude, the lone wolf. So 14 people that are watching on YouTube, like that damn page. This is one of the topics that I wanted to talk about. Vicente Chente Gonzalez, I can't remember, is now denying that he had Jerry attack Flores. Uh, I do not know why am I mad. I'm not mad. Why does it look like I'm mad? Definitely not mad. Uh, you know, am I still mad at Jerry? No, I'm not mad at Jerry. I just think that he's a loser, and Jerry is a piece of crap. And let me say, is that Chente could go out there and deny that he paid. You need some donuts and coffee. Tráemelas. Just the donuts. I got coffee here. Chente could go out there and deny all that he wants in regards to uh, the Mayra Flores' post. There is absolutely no way that this individual went out there and posted as the stuff that he posted uh, for nothing. And again, one of the things that I think is just very, very clear. Look, if you're paying someone $2,300 for advertising, and then the guy doesn't post a single one of your campaign posters or signs, but he does post derogatory, defamatory, insulting, as the racist comments about your opponent, then you're paying him for that. Hey, Royal, how you doing?
I'm doing grand, man. This is awesome. What an honor to be here in Cheeseland TV.
Cheese, cheese. Have
How
you?
you doing, Erasmo? ¿Cómo te va?
I'm doing good.
My voice.
I'm doing good. I just came back. I had some conferences in Matamoros.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we'd been a little bit on the sluggish side this week, but I had a great, great conference. Had a great time in Matamoros,
Yeah.
and it's good to be back though.
Well, you're doing awesome, man. You're doing great. You're going to win the race, and things are going to get better for us, man.
I
So
hope so.
vote for Cheese. Vote for Erasmo Castro.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What's new here, man?
Well, I don't know. Have you seen the back and forth that's happened in regards to Vicente Gonzalez attacking Mayra Flores?
Oh man, you know what? Speaking of that, there was a post out there. Man, I did. What did I do? What I do? What I do? I posted, man. I called him out. Well, I guess I called him out. I said, he posted a picture of his dad in service and all that. His dad being a hero and all honor, todo respeto, muchos honores to his dad. But Mr. Vicente, candidate for District 34. That was your father's accomplishments. You're making it sound like Myra Flores, it did not serve, or it's not about America, family, country, all of that. Hey, dude, aren't you being the same way? You're dancing on your dad's accomplishment. What about you? What makes you any better? And I kind of posted something like that in there. I don't know if I have it here. Actually, I do. I said, uh, were you a hero in the armed forces? Did you serve our country? So, if you and Myra Flores were not on active duty with the armed forces, are you any better? Tons of respect to your father, but those were his accomplishments and his fantastic service to our beloved United States of America. If you want our vote, then be a man and tell the truth. Where's your honor, Mr. Vicente Gonzalez? You are a candidate for the United States Congress in District 34, period. So, but me, I go out, very diplomatic, but get to the point.
Well, I think with the comments that were made on Jerry's blog
Yeah,
in
yeah.
regards to calling Mayra Flores Miss Frijoles and Miss Enchilada, and talking about her private parts, calling her a cotton picking liar, and different things. I was very very surprised that it did make national news, yet it still hasn't made any local news.
Well, I mean, okay, frijoles, right? Tacos and all of that. Come on. Okay, that's part of what we eat. That's part of our culture. I would say, hey, you know, I mean, it all started con ¿quién es esa? I mean, who did that speech up in San Antonio, and it all started from there, and then it just kept going, and it's like, I mean, I wish people would just you know, do away with all this name calling, y que, finger pointing, which, pure lies. People, if politicians are pointing the finger and being negative towards their candidates, how can you trust them? They're, I mean, it's like me saying, Erasmo, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Hey, I'm being negative. I'm being, how can you trust me if I'm being like that? Respect your opponents. Win an honor. Unfortunately, there's no honor in some of these candidates nowadays.
Well, one of the things that I find kind of concerning is that even amongst a lot of the Republican folks, I've heard a lot of chatter in regards to, this is going to be a very, very hard race for Maida to win. I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree with the Democrats, and disagree with the Republicans. I don't think that it's in the bag for Vicente Echente. I don't think it's in the bag. I think it's going to require a lot of work. And again,
She definitely has the momentum. I mean, she won the special election. I think Vicente screwed up royally. I mean, it was he should have ran, and he should have proven, hey, I'm the chingon, I'm the best one here, hey, and I'm gonna win this race. But he backed up. What does that tell us? He's not assured of himself. Maybe he doesn't have the cojones to match up with Myra, and there's fear there.
well, again, no one should take it lightly. Should take Mayra
Yeah,
Flores for granted. Look, I want candidates to go out there and to have some debate. Go out there and have a couple of
yeah.
forums, and maybe more than a couple of forums, but have several forums out there where they could share their platform, what it is that they're going to do for the community. Because let me tell you, for all the time that we had Filemon Vela out there, guys, the economical growth around here, has been very, very minimal. And again, let me tell you, one of the things that I've stated regularly, thank God for SpaceX.
Yeah.
Thank God for SpaceX. You know, if it wasn't for SpaceX, we'd have absolutely nothing. And I had a discussion with John White this morning because John White is saying, well, it's like with the arena, we got to build it. Building will create revenue here. And I said, well, yeah, John, I understand. The issue is that it was going to fall in the hands of these individuals who are proven individuals who tend to pocket the money that should
Yeah.
go to the people of Brownsville. And that was my concern with the Elon Musk Foundation and their
Mhm.
money that they gave to the city of Brownsville. Again, $10 million, guys. $10 million is a lot
Money.
of money, a lot of money. And again, we have nothing, absolutely
No.
nothing to show for those $10 million,
Well, they're in
except that
somebody's pocket.
the only thing that we have to show is that Mayor Trey Mendez, Ramiro Gonzalez,
Hmm.
the Limas brothers, who were on the BCIC
Yeah.
board and chairing the BCIC board, used the Elon Musk money to put in their pocket
Los
to
tres
enrich
amigos.
themselves. And again, that's what's concerning to me.
Yeah.
And look, and again, I've spoken with individuals from SpaceX. I've had conversations with individuals from SpaceX. I've told them this exactly the same thing. It's kind of weird, but every single time I have a conversation with individuals like from SpaceX, they'll come out and say, like, Erasmo, we know that you're a little bit opposed to SpaceX. And I said, no, sir. I don't know where you all got that from.
Yeah.
I am all for SpaceX. I
Yeah.
want SpaceX
Green.
to succeed. I want SpaceX to expand. I want great things for SpaceX, but I want an even share at the table. As us as a community, I'm not just talking about Erasmo Castro, but us as a community, we want an even seat at the table where, yeah, go ahead and take our roads. What are
Yeah.
we getting for it? It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Close down the highway that goes. That's fine. What do
Make
we
it
get?
yours. Yeah.
And unfortunately for us, it's unfortunate because I think that with the money that was given to the county and to the
Hmm.
city,
Yeah.
the individuals that were in office were expected to look the other way. Well, SpaceX did whatever they wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
Again, it can't be that way. It's got to be a give and take. It's got to
SK,
be
we don't have
equal.
nobody fighting for Brownsville, man. The leadership is just taking the money, and we can't really we can't say, or maybe we could say Elon Musk is the bad guy. Maybe he acted honorably. I'm sure he is. He's a businessman. He wants to do it the right way. But once that money exchanges, our leadership is not doing what maybe perhaps Elon had in mind for that money to be, you know, to be done with, and so, you know, he's getting away with everything, and I mean that's the way we see it. But a lot of it has to do with the leadership not fighting for nothing. They're just laying down. They're saying, "Come on in, rape Brownsville, whatever." They're just selling Brownsville, and that's just, yeah, we had enough. Time to vote these guys out because I mean, when you ran, excuse me, when you ran for mayor against Martinez, I remember telling you, hey, vote for Erasmo. If he screws us, hey, you're used to it. Well, Martinez won. Trey came in, and we were hoping things would get better. And apparently, you know, I think we probably would have been better with Martinez still as mayor. I don't
Well,
know. I mean,
uh,
not much difference. And, it's sad. Leadership, leadership, leadership. Where is it, Brownsville?
well, it's non-existent, and that's what's unfortunate. And let me say, $10 million, guys, and I challenge anyone. And I haven't had conversations with the Elon Musk people as of recent, but I would challenge anyone from the Elon Musk Foundation
Yep.
to walk with me. Just walk with me uh,
Hmm.
for 30, 45 minutes. Walk with me throughout downtown Brownsville
Yeah.
and show me, someone point to where the $10 million went. It is nowhere to be
Well,
found. It
it's
is not
those
there.
lamps. It's those street lamps. They're very expensive at Osmo. Those street lamps. So a lot of it went into those lamps. You come on.
Well, again, those were $70,000 street lights, lamps, something to that effect. And again, they were subpar and sub quality, and we
And
learned that.
now they're on, and they really don't look pretty, man. The old ones look so much more elegant, glamorous, you could say. They were beautiful, but las lamps que tenemos ahora, I mean, it's like, nah, downgrade completely.
Well, again, it's
Just like
money.
everything in Brazil, it's just
Well,
downgrading because of the leadership.
what's unfortunate is money being thrown for nothing. We get nothing from it, and that's what's unfortunate. Nothing, and that's what really really upsets me. Let's go back to get to the. Where can I find a non-expensive place? Brownsville Spay and Neuter.
Yeah.
Just Google that. Brownsville Spay and Neuter. They actually they were having some great promotions for this past month. I don't know if they're still in play, but contact them. They're probably the best place. Or you could take your pets to Matamoros. Matamoros, they do them. That's one thing. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Hector, how's it going?
There's no excuse that Jerry said, but he's Bakowski, Gonzo. Look, I understand Jerry's platform. I understand Jerry's little niche. There's a fine line, Joe, that no one should ever cross. It's a fine line that no one should ever cross. And that's what's unfortunate. He crossed the line that she should not have crossed, but it's not the first time that he's done it. And again, he's done this regularly. It's kind of funny because someone told me
That's his signature move.
well, let me tell you, there's a little difference. Someone said, well, that's what, why weren't you so upset when he compared Jessica Tetro to an ostrich? And I said, like, because that's satire funny. There's a difference between going into the heritage of it. I mean, Jessica is in no way as to related to ostriches or has anything about ostriches. And again, that I could find is satirical, Joe. And I mentioned this, but when you're going out there and saying you're a Miss Frijoles and a cotton picking a liar, and you're referring to Miss Enchiladas, and when you're talking about grabbing her private parts, you've crossed the line, Joe. And again, that's the only thing I want people to realize and understand. Do not cross certain lines. That is a line that should have never been crossed.
Lack of respect.
Yeah, come on, guys. Yeah. In response to Patty Hernandez, there will be a clinic at Pace High School tomorrow, Saturday. Let me know about that, Joe, because I actually have a couple of cats that I need to get.
There you
go. Good morning,
Joe. How's it going, Joe?
Joe is amazing. Actually, this morning I had cowboy cookies. I had cowboy cookies that Joe brought me. Man, they were amazing. I actually bought me some Lala milk from Matamoros.
Lala milk.
I love Lala milk because it comes in these Tetra packs, and they're small, and just have one. It gives me a small little 8-ounce glass type of serving, 6 ounce, and that's more than enough for me. With a couple of cowboy cookies, amazing. I agree. I wish we would avoid the name calling.
Yeah, I agree, Jack.
Yeah, let's stay on platform. What are you going to do
when it comes to that?
Yeah, what are you going to do for our community? Miss Frijoles, Miss Enchiladas, private parts, cotton picking liars, stuff like that, guys, is completely uncalled for. Jerry makes fun of everyone. Also, my Froze has power, and power is what it was. Jerry is punching up, and it would be different if it would be punching down. No, sir. There is a certain line. Doesn't matter how much you want to go up. There's a certain line should never be crossed. Never be crossed. And if it, honestly, Joe, just sit back and think. If it had been done to the other party, hell and a half would have broken loose.
Oh, yeah. It would have been crying already.
When will you start making your list of nicknames? I always do. But let me tell you, there's a difference, Mateo. Look, I've called Denise Muerta de Hambre, poor little rich girl. I've made mention of El Chapaneco, Eddie
Eddie Garcia.
Garcia and Eddie Trevino and Trey
Yeah,
Mendez. There's a difference
yeah,
between, poking fun at individuals. That's satirical, Papa. You cannot go and out there and try to demean and degrade an individual because they're Mexican.
yeah. That's just racist, man. That's
It's
just
not the same thing,
it's
Mateo.
not the
And
same
let me
thing.
tell you, and I know because then some
And I
people,
think it goes beyond even being racist. It's just ugly.
well, and then some people went out there and said, well, that's well, what about when Trump mentioned that the Mexicans that were coming over the border were drug dealers, rapists, murderers, and I go like, well, yeah, some are.
Yeah.
It's a proven fact, guys. I mean, we live on the
If the
southern
shoe
border.
fits,
No, well, we live on the southern border. We see the Mara Salvatruchans. We see the
know.
cartel activities. We know about this. Look, we just had the death of a 53-year-old guy out here down Minnesota Road. Again, guys, I'm not saying that this was cartel related. It possibly could have. What about the 2 killings that happened over here in Cameron Park?
Mhm.
Anyone that thinks the cartels are not here locally in the city of Brownsville are just blind to the matter.
Or
Now,
you find people with no heads, or heads cut
exactamente.
off, like me.
Anyone that's coming over the bridge, individuals that are coming across are used as mules to bring over drugs, rapes, and everything else.
Mhm.
And then again, it's called sin syntec. Someone help me with the word. When you use one to describe a bunch, like the whole world is suffering because of gas prices. The fact that Sinokentiki, I can't remember the word,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the whole world isn't suffering, but you use that in a language. Someone
Mhm.
help me with a word. I can't remember the word. Where you use a part to mean everything. Someone, I'm getting messages. Generalizations? No, not generalizations.
No.
There's a word called where you use one to describe the many, like este, okay, sinentes. I'll get it I'll remember throughout, but I'll remember that. Magno Patty Hernandez, Brownsville, spay neuter. That
There
one.
you go.
Those are what Elon used that money for a bribe. I'm not going to accuse Elon Musk.
Maybe yes, maybe no. But what do we do with the bribe money?
Well, I'm not going to accuse Elon. It's just business for them. Because let me tell you guys, for Elon Musk to give $10 million to the city of Brownsville, it's nothing.
It's like our $5 tip for us.
Sinecto.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you, Emily. Sinecto. When you use the one to describe the bunch, sinecto. I noted in Spanish, el sinecto. Thank you. What if the leadership did something that exactamente? Yeah. That's one of the things. And look, Jack, let me tell you, one of the things that I've stated out here, guys, I want to come out here and say, hey, great job. But look, you start to suspect anything and everything that they put forward because of their track record. Yeah, and look, I'll make mention of this, and Jack knows this, and everybody else knows this. Elon Musk gave $10 million to the city of Brownsville and earmarked it for some reason downtown, where the mayor of the city of Brownsville owns a big old chunk of property. Oh, yeah. City commissioners own a big old chunk of property. So it's to their convenience and their advantage that all of a sudden this Elon Musk money is going downtown. And look, guys, at the end of the day, the more they start to improve downtown, the more the property value for the mayor and Nerth Golansky, for John Cowan, for all these people that are sitting on the city commission, their appraised value to their property continues to go up. So it's not surprising at all that the mayor, became more of a millionaire during these past 3 years that he's been in office. The Golanskis have made themselves more millionaires. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the money keeps coming in, and they
and what happens? Yeah, and what happens, Jack, is their property values increase, and they pay no taxes because they could have $5 million worth property downtown. They pay zero in taxes because they've proclaimed that to be a historical district. So at the end of the day, they pay no taxes. And that's what's really, really sucks about the matter, because then they put their yes people on these boards and committees out there. And I can prove it. We have the documents. They put them out there so that they could vote to get the Elon grant money their way. And it limits it to only individuals that work downtown. Now, think of this. Then the mayor, through BCIC, they extend the historical district downtown
Oh
to
yeah. Oh yeah.
encompass 1848, that restaurant on Palm Boulevard, and probably encompass his new business on Palm Boulevard.
Yeah.
Well, ain't that just special?
And it's just funny that it stops right there. It doesn't keep going. It stops right there. You know.
Oh, the mayor pays $700 in property tax. Can you imagine that? $700? Wouldn't you like to pay
Oh
$700
man.
property tax instead of the 3,000-4,000 that we have to pay a year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Ember. There isn't leadership in any state in the United States. None. If there is, please let me know. Give me a name. Again, I don't care about all the cities throughout the
Yeah. I
United
mean,
States,
talk
my
about
brother.
Brownsville. You know what's
I
going
care
on in
about my
Brownsville?
city.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm responsible for. There is a lack of ideas and execution, 100%. But
Yeah.
again, part of the problem is there's a lack of ideas because the only ideas that are out there worthwhile to them are the ones that continue to put money in their pocket.
Yeah.
And that's what's concerning. And again, I guarantee you, Jack, and I guarantee everyone out there that if Elon Musk knew that his name was being tainted by the corruption that's going on here at City Hall, he wouldn't be a happy camper because nobody wants their name tainted after being so generous in regards to giving $10 million.
Yeah.
To him, it may not be a lot. To us, is a lot.
Yeah.
Again, guys, no one wants their name tainted after doing a good deed. What was the Texas governor done for us? But let everyone carry a gun with a license. I say vote for Beto. Beto sucks.
Yeah. Beto sucks. I'm sorry.
Beto sucks. And again, it's not a great solution. And that's part of my other concern, Peter. Why? Look, I was watching this morning how President Biden, and I was watching Frankie's show. Well, President Biden, will probably step down, and Kamala Harris will be our first president, and then she has the option of serving for 10 years. Let me tell you, no,
No way.
there's a disaster.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be a disaster
Leo,
for our
they need to
country.
be out. Afuera.
That'd be a disaster for our country. No one in the Democrat Party even likes Kamala Harris. I mean, look, she did horribly when she ran for president. What makes Frankie or anybody else think that she would be okay as president of the United States?
No way.
It's crazy.
And it's not because she's a woman. It's because of her politics. I hope and pray that someday we'll have a woman president. But again, vote for the best candidate.
I don't want
Don't
to. I
vote
don't.
because she's a woman. Don't
I don't
vote
want a
because
woman.
he's black.
Yeah.
Don't vote because he's Mexican. Don't vote because of this. Don't vote. Vote because they're the best candidate. Don't.
Yeah, I
vote
don't want
because
to.
of
I don't want a
party.
woman president just because she's a woman. I actually
Yeah.
want the most qualified candidate. I don't care if they're gay, straight, or bi.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're female, male, transgender. I don't care. I just want the best candidate
Yeah,
to
that's
serve
going to do the best for the United
to
States.
serve the country, to serve the state, and to serve. And I'm sorry, Beto is not the best candidate. And again, that's where part of my concern comes from because there's very, very slim pickings. Look, guys, I want, I like Buttigieg. I like Buttigieg when he was running for president. I don't agree with all of his policies, but I liked him 10 times more than I liked Kamala Harris. I think Tulsi Gabbard was amazing. I think that Nikki Haley, who served as the ambassador for United Nations, she's a well-rounded, well-versed individual. That's the kind of candidates that we have. We don't want a Kamala Harris to serve. I don't.
I would say we want the candidates outside of the major parties. Those seem to care more. Unfortunately, they don't have the numbers to win the races. But man, that's why these different parties come out because they actually care.
Yeah. What has
They
Brownsville
actually
accomplished
care.
in the last 20 years? Not much.
No.
And look, and again, people say like, "Well, we got SpaceX," and I'm like, "Yes, thank
Well, yeah,
God."
but that wasn't Brownsville. That was
the state.
Actually, lucky that.
Well, that was actually the state of Texas.
You know,
That was actually Cameron County. And let me tell you, Brownsville had very little to do except that we were on an amazing geographical spot
which
where
is all-
Elon Musk could test his rockets. And again, guys, I'm ecstatic that SpaceX is here. The city of Brownsville did nothing
No.
to get them here. That's what's unfortunate.
Maybe it was that billboard, Erasmo. Maybe that was that billboard, and Elon saw it on, going over on the plane or something, and he's that's where I need to go.
Thank you, Flo. What is your goal? Tie up Jerry and have some abuelitas beat him with a broom? That's a good start.
Man, that's
Sinectote. Sinectote. That's the word that I was trying. And again, I know the word in Spanish, but I appreciate sinectote. 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 And in Spanish, this is sinecdoki. Sinecdoki. Doki. Sinecdoki. Sinectote. Sinectoque. The word in Spanish.
okay.
Thank you, Mother. You're amazing. E pluribus unum.
Yeah.
Mexico is a haven for same kind of people fleeing the United States or just going over there to do their dastardly deeds, then come back to the States. Yeah. Brownsville has been crushed with a vicious cycle of corruption and ignorance for decades. Do you think more conservative Christian Republican politics base could solve Brownsville problems? Honestly, I don't know,
No.
but let's try and find out
The, the,
because
thing, the thing is
we
that
know what we have.
yeah, pero lo que pasa es que somebody with a good heart, with respect, with great ideas comes out, y luego, they knock them down. No opportunities. Like for instance, you've been on here talking and talking and talking. And before the shows, we were on the page and all of these ideas and everybody, yeah. But when it comes down to the vote, you guys cower out. You guys don't vote, and you wind up voting for a friend or for the popular vote, and things had not gone done. Don't get done.
Well, let me go back.
You didn't vote for Erasmo years ago for mayor. You didn't vote for Erasmo. When was that other race? The school board race that just recently happened. You didn't vote for him then. Whether there was cheating or not, hey, the numbers should have been overwhelming. You didn't do it. It's like you love living in this system. It's time to vote these guys out, man.
Just to go back,
it doesn't matter whether you like Erasmo or not.
Just to go back to the question, let me say, Juan, you mentioned conservative Christians, and I'll stay on that. In regards to conservative Christians, you have to realize, and I think that you're one of these. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, because the Republican political base. Look, we're talking about conservative Christians. I think most of us here in Brownsville, I would dare say some 90 to 95% are conservative. We're conservative. And I would dare say that 95% of the people here in Brownsville are Christian, whichever church you decide to go to. But and again, with that said, let's find out. Let's try and find out, because we know what we get with the corrupt political Democrat machine that we have, because that's the machine that we have. And again, guys, my issue a lot of times with a lot of folk is that they tend to focus on the Democrat and Republican. I don't want you to focus on the Democrat and the Republican. I want you to focus on the platform. Unfortunately for us, a lot of the candidates, especially with this last race that we had, they came out with the talking points of the party. I don't want people to go out there and talk about the political points checklist that the party gives to candidates. I want them to talk about the concerns, the yearns, the wants, the desires, and the needs of our community, Brownsville, which is conservative.
What they're going to do about it.
Which is conservative and which is Christian. And forget about the Republican. Do I think that a more conservative Christian candidate could solve Brownsville's problems? The answer is absolutely yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
If he indeed is what he says he is.
I was actually,
they'll start wearing these banners and, y luego salen igual.
I was actually in contract to buy the Coca-Cola building. And again, that's part of my concern, because they have all the insider trading, all the insider information, all these things. They're the ones that benefit from everything because they control the purse. And what happened was, and again, mayor pays some $300,000 for the building, and then goes out there 3 months later and applies for $200,000 from the Elon Musk money. Mm-hmm. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Love you, Emily. We know that Mayra Flores loves on the far right. She proved it with her tweets. Again, guys, I do not care as to who the individual loves and does not love. If you're referring to her Christian based comments out there that tend to be in tune with a lot of the far right individuals, that's just her right. Again, I believe in the core values that a candidate wants to bring to the table. And again, Peter, I would dare say that most individuals here are conservative and are
Yeah,
Christian.
yeah.
The
The
mayor
Christian
paid
base.
$700 property tax.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
disgusting, unbelievable, and but it happened.
As long as Musk is in town, nothing will ever be done except make the current officials more rich. Let me tell you, I will
Perhaps.
tell the only thing that I will disagree with you with Elon being down here is that it brings a lot of attention to the city of Brownsville. Let me tell you, every single time that there is a launch, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals that come into Brownsville
Hmm.
who consume food, who stay at our hotels, who stay in our restaurants, who stay at our RV parks, stay anywhere, but they consume. That's the kind of business
Yeah,
that we want coming back in
it's
Brownsville.
it's the new attraction, and so people are coming down for that.
Unfortunately, Ember is correct. $700 a month is one of our light
Yeah,
bills, not theirs.
yeah.
I don't care about other cities either. My point is, all politicians are corrupt or get kicked out because they don't fall in line. That's why we need to continue.
Yes, but the
Haven't
thing is this, Joe. The thing is this. Here they eat the whole piece of pie. No los dejan. Why do you think this term "no more crumbs" came about? Because that's all we were getting, crumbs. Other cities, they take maybe 25% of the pie or 50% of the pie, and they distribute the rest to the benefit of the cities. Aquí se lo comen todo, bro. They eat it all. You know?
unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, let me tell you, I agree. And one of the things, Joe, that I've one of the things that I've been fighting for here in the city of Brownsville, and it's actually part of the platform that I ran on back when I ran for mayor of the city of Brownsville, is to criminalize small amounts of marijuana use for the city of Brownsville. Something that we could do, something that we should do. We need to crack down on corrupt vendors. Why do they have impunity? Well, they have impunity because they pay the price.
Yeah.
The problem is with that, Joe, is that Jerry would enjoy it too much.
We'll see.
Do you still have signs? Yes. Please stop by my office. David, what's the point? Jerry is Ash. Yeah, he does Ash. Ban Jerry. No one cares. I don't. I look. I don't want to ban
No,
Jerry.
no, no, no.
Not at all. Let me tell you, as crude and as
He's a good
horrible as
writer.
his comments were, let me tell you, everyone and anyone out there should have the right to express, invent, and say. Don't be blaming me. I do my research. Gaslighting happens on both sides. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Appreciate it, brother. Does anyone not remember the violence in the late 80s and
Hmm.
early 90s that spilled to Brownsville? The shootout in Walmart Boca Chica parking lot. Target was an infant. That in retaliation because of something that happened in Mexico, the grenade thrown from one vehicle to another on International Boulevard, the kidnapping of Hannah High School student right in front of his house. Why are people on the illusion that violence has never spilled over? Because it is the rhetoric that they have tried to sell us. It's how they fudged up the numbers, how they continue to keep us in the dark in regards to what really happens in the city of Brownsville. Why do we need a downtown manager, Alan Garces? Why don't we have northeast and west manager? How much money are we losing to downtown only?
Wow.
Minimum $10 million.
Wow. That was higher. That was higher than I was thinking about three. But
Arturo, buenos dias. Guys, Royal, thanks for coming on, my man. As
yeah.
when's your next show?
I have a next show Monday morning. We do Actitud y Pasión. It's a coaching show. Then we do the Monday brunch with Hilda. It's on on the Tejano music industry. Guys, this weekend, Ruby and Ramon Leal, they're having an event at 281 Highway 281 there uh on Military Highway. It's to raise funds or to bring two polos or $5. They're gonna have excellent music. and food and vendors and all of that. Come on by. I think it starts about 6 o'clock. I'll be there. Well, Actitud y Pasión might be there doing a little bit of a show and all of that. So, guys, enjoy. And hey, see you later.
Guys, have a great day. We'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. I think we have a special guest on tonight. A friend who says that they want to try the co-host thing. So we'll try them out. Guys, have a great day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. You still believe in all that crap? I am done. Guys, be good to each other. And please continue to be good to me. God bless.